Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Maz back again with another video today of the TRX4 with the XJ body on it. It was brought to my attention by a viewer. Ended up being Fox RC88. He caught it watching it, hit me on Instagram, and he let me know, like I said in the first video, these sliders touch this back fender flare and they come up short on the front. Well, I didn't really think anything about it. I was like, well, to be honest with y'all, I may or may not be running this body. It may be a different style XJ body. So I was going to wait. But since he told me, I want to go ahead and do it, show y'all what I looked over for, the longest time. I've looked at this truck over and over again. You know how it is when you're just messing with something. And I never noticed it myself. So, got my favorite screwdriver. Maybe we'll do a video on the screwdriver one day. I know people like hearing me talk about my screwdriver. And my favorite speed bit, the MIPs. You know Maz is rocking with the MIPs. So, we'll get this Endura body off of here. And at first glance, when I looked at these, I didn't think anything about them. They kind of look symmetrical to me. I didn't really pay a lot of attention. But Fox RC88 had a keen eye, and he said, hey, that thing's a touch longer in the back than it is the front. So I have measured it. It's like a 1/4 inch. It's 5.25 millimeters difference. It's longer in the back from the end of this mount to the back versus the end of this mount to the front. So this is 5.25 millimeters longer. Well, that don't sound like much, but if we take these guys off, and like I said, I thought they were symmetrical. I didn't pay any mind to them. Like I tell y'all, I'm just a dumb redneck from North Carolina. What do I know, you know? As you can hear, I got the clutch on my favorite screwdriver here, and it uses the clutch in reverse too. That's one thing I kind of weird about, but if you break it loose to the left a little bit, it doesn't do it. So we get these little guys off here. The other side is a little bit more intensive by 2 screws. So we'll say it's intensive, but it's not. So these are just the way the sliders are set up stock. So they come off that simple on that side. As you can see, the back is just at a 1/4 inch longer than the front. So with the way that body was set up, over here we have to take this wire protector off the radio box. It's the same size, 2 millimeter. So they got different screws for those. Take that guy off. We'll set it to the side. Take these guys off. So, yeah, if you don't take the wire, I call this like a wire guide. If you don't take the cover off of that, the front will not come up. It's like locked under that. So we get this last bolt off here. We'll go ahead and throw the other side back onto this side, which all we've really done is reverse them. So you can kind of see, before I take this one completely, you can kind of see where that lines up. You'll see it comes past this line right here, but on the back it's longer. So if we take that guy off, get it out of the way, we'll go ahead and put this guy on. You just have to line up these 2 front holes, and then it automatically lines up the 2 back holes. But it doesn't take but a minute, especially with my handy dandy screwdriver. We got the clutch set, so she'll break free right when she bottoms out. Let me get that one started. Oh, well, I know y'all like watching me struggle. Oh, I see what we're doing here. So you have to get it under. It will go under it, but you have to get it under this piece. That's why I was sitting there fighting with it. But you have to get it under there first. Like I said, it kind of locks all that in. Get this last screw in here. Well, we got one more on the back. Simple as that. Don't have to worry about stripping screws because the clutch on this screwdriver is can be very, very sensitive. We'll flip around to the other side. We'll get this one thrown on. Get them lined up so we don't look like a jackass again. And we will put our 4 screws in. Lock her down. We're only on like clutch setting 4 on this thing. It can go down farther, obviously. It goes down to 1. At 1, sometimes it won't even start the screw. It's so sensitive, which is a good thing in a electric screwdriver. You don't want it to over torque stuff. You want to come back in and finish torquing these with your hand driver. Come back over here because we forgot to put our little cover on our wire protector. I guess that just keeps the water out of that radio box on where the wires come in. These have 2 different style screws than the other ones. Try to get them lined up in there. There we go. This front one lined up. So get that guy in there and you see it comes over the front. But as you see now, the back used to split basically where the end and this little spot is right here. It was about halfway back. Now we're in front of it just a touch. So what that means is so we take the body and we go to put it on to see what it looks like now and get it pulled over. And now, see back a little bit, and there's a little part that jolts out into the slider, and there's a little bump in the slider there that I need to notch out so this body can relax and it'll fit perfect. But that's why this is not showing as much as the front. But once I do that, that'll all relax back in there and this will sit all flat against that edge in there. But as you can see now, when we center it up, back is pretty centered right there. It starts dead at the door jamb, and it comes back here and it stops probably maybe 1/8, maybe 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters from the rubber fender flare. So just that little change made this hard body fit the TRX4. Even if we decide to move away from this, which I may, to a body that's a little bit closer to what I had, I like this body, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but it's not really true one-to-one to what I have. There are some features on it that I really don't like, but it's not because of the body, it's just because of what my truck was one-to-one. So we'll see. I may have another body coming from this. I need to get my wheels and tires and test fit them before I really commit to that. But anyway, I just wanted to show y'all, I don't notice everything. So that's why I always tell y'all, I'm just a dumb redneck from North Carolina. Put it in the comments if you see something that I can do to fix or alleviate an issue that I'm working with, because sometimes I just look over it, to be honest with you, you know. None of us are perfect. So shout out to Fox RC88 on Instagram for coming through and pointing that out to me. And now that I flipped them, it's perfect on the body. So like always, guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you'll like and subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell on so you get notified every time I put a video up. And until next time, guys, y'all have a good one.